There was a lot of hype about Voco Monaco.
The hype, I would not call it a hype, I would call it reality.
It's not just investing in a project, it's investing in a lifestyle.
Other segments of clients who do not want to pull out so much of liquidity on an immediate basis, so they would prefer a payment plan.
So tell us a bit about what types of products do you have in the heart of Europe. Dissect that project in ready, off-plan.
The one bedroom that we have in Monaco, in Cannes, in Nice, and Saint-Tropez, they are sized at 1,800 square feet. Gives you a guaranteed ROI of 8.33% for 12 years, which means that you're actually getting 100% of your invested amount back.
They were actually, you're breeding, I think, small seahorses that I saw?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Hi. Welcome to another episode of The Brick Buzz. Today, we have with us Miss Anisha Mukherjee. Now, Anisha and I go back, I think, about 6 to 8 years, at least 8 years. We first met in 2016, and she has been in the real estate field since that time. We are very fortunate to have her today with us, and we are going to talk about a project that she's currently associated with, which is the Heart of Europe. How are you, Anisha?
I'm good, Asim. How are you?
I am doing great, as always. So, what motivated you to join the Heart of Europe? Tell us something that excited you to come to this project and be a part of it.
I have been actually fortunate enough to sell Heart of Europe before I have been associated with them, officially. I have sold Heart of Europe when I was a broker, and fortunately I do have very happy clients with them. Having said that, Heart of Europe provides you with a solution which gives us, hassle-free investment. Whether my clients are residing in the UAE or they are residing outside the UAE, they give us a one-stop solution where the client is putting their money in to buy a property. It's a freehold property, and it also gives you a guaranteed ROI.
So tell us a bit about what types of products do you have in the Heart of Europe, and if you have to dissect the project in ready, off-plan, both the fields, how would you characterize it?
Usually the clients are they are divided into two. Some clients, they are all in and they want to go for all cash and they want to just buy the property. Right? And then there are other segments of clients who do not want to pull out so much of liquidity on an immediate basis, so they would prefer a payment plan for their property. So we do provide you with both the options.
So let's start with what you have for the ready properties. So what's the price point just to make me enter this project?
So the entry level of this project right now is 2 million dirhams, where you are investing in an amazing studio, and this studio is directly viewing the lagoon and the sea. And this gives you a guaranteed ROI of 8.33% for 12 years, which means that you're actually getting 100% of your invested amount back.
So in about 12 years, if you invest around 2 million, that's the starting point of your studio. In 12 years, you'll get the complete amount back. I think it's going to be 99.7 some odd percent, 99.7% of the amount back in terms of your rental yield.
That is right.
What about the capital gain?
So when we talk about the ready option, I think we can focus more on Monaco, we can focus more on Nice. Even Cannes and Saint-Tropez is, I would say, consider it ready because this will be operational maximum by this year end or Q1 next year. So we do have options here. Having said that, if you are investing in Nice, for an example, or in Monaco, you're also having the option of getting a mortgage done through our channel partners.
So if I don't have 100% ready payment, because when people talk about ready properties, they're talking about where they have to put in the complete amount themselves. And we also have the mortgage option. And you also have the channel partners already tied in for the mortgages.
That's right.
Okay. So let me know, what are the options for buying, starting from 2 million? What's the price point that you have for, if I don't want to buy a studio and go for a one bedroom, because you have two options, right? You have a studio and a one bedroom.
So ideally, we call it a suite when we are moving to the one bedroom. Now, Asim, you imagine yourself when you are booking a room in a 5-star hotel, and instead of a normal studio room, which we all usually get, if you are moving on to a suite, because you want to have your partner along with you, the prices considerably goes high, right? And it is not just a normal one bedroom which is compared to a residential property. We are actually talking about a hotel which comes with certain amenities. Having said that, the one bedroom that we have in the Monaco, in Cannes, in Nice, and Saint-Tropez, they are sized at 1,800 square feet and with a lavish balcony of 500 square feet.
And paint a visual picture for me of how the views are, how the whole experience, because I've been seeing this project develop since day one. And when you now go on that island, you have a very vivid picture presented in front of you.
Yes.
That we have projects in Dubai, which if we consider, for example, the beachside living or something like that, even on the Palm, I think nothing compares to this project, even if you take into account very high-end projects on the Palm.
That's right.
So paint a very vivid picture for us and the people who are going to listen to us. Paint a vivid picture, because it's not just investing in a project, it's investing in a lifestyle choice, I believe.
So when you talk about the heart of Europe, you need to understand that you are investing in a trophy project. Similar like Palm Jumeirah, coming from the same master developer of Palm Jumeirah, the World Islands has been made of 300 islands, out of which we have had 7 of them, which we conducted. We merged it into 6. We have the biggest island, which is the Europe Island. When you talk about this project can be seen through space. So the luxury of it actually speaks for itself. Having said that, we are actually managed by IHG, Intercontinental. They are the ones who are managing our hotels. Right now, our hotel Monaco is open, which is Boko Monaco. And you guys can actually go up on booking and you can actually go and stay there. When we talk about the one bedrooms, right, the studios, they are a sight to behold, because when you're entering the room, you're actually having 3 open air doors, which is leading you to the balcony, which is it's a 360 degree of beach view, and it's your private beach. So you can understand the luxury of it. And soundproof doors, because it is located in, a party island where there is going to be 24-hour party. But whenever you want to take a break from it, you can always just shut the doors and you can always just, keep calm in your room.
So sounds amazing. There was a lot of hype about Boko Monaco. Can you please shed some light on it?
Well,
what was this hype all about?
The hype, I would not call it a hype, I would call it reality. Well, when you actually go there, you actually see that there are people 24/7 out there. There are people of all age groups who's taking, a detox from the Dubai life. You can say that. It's basically, when you go there, you see that there are people of all different nationalities who's going there and staying there. Arabs, Europeans, Indians, Asians, everybody is out there, and they're just there for a break. Because, to be honest, with the busy lifestyle that we have in Dubai, taking a boat and taking a yacht and actually going somewhere which doesn't feel like Dubai.
Disconnecting yourself from Dubai life, right?
Exactly. Yet it is so close to home, but you just don't feel that you're home, you're on a holiday. I think that is something that people really connect with.
I think it's like just within, correct me if I'm wrong, the journey is going to be anything between 15 minutes to 30 minutes.
That's right.
And in those 30 minutes, you actually feel that you have disconnected from the hustle bustle of Dubai.
Absolutely.
And then you are in your own cocoon, in your own bubble, and you're just detoxing, relaxing, enjoying your stay there. And that is something which is unique in itself.
Absolutely.
And that uniqueness is a part of that project. So now we have covered the ready options that people have. What about off-plan options? That, for example, if I don't want to take a mortgage, or I'm not ready to invest, for example, anything 2 million and above, what are the off-plan options that I can have?
We have a beautiful project that is coming up, which is called the Marbella, which is right next to Monaco. Marbella is going to be themed specifically for couples, and it is themed on Spanish lifestyle, where we will be having multiple carnivals which will be coming up. And I think it's going to be a great way for investors to park their money there, because you get a very, very easy payment plan, and the operations you can expect it by the end of next year. So it's not that far along as well.
So when you say operations, let's be very specific. You're not talking about the completion date of the project. You're talking about the hotel operator taking the project over and making it into a full-fledged running business, right?
That is right.
Okay. Tell me about Seahorse now.
Right.
Let's move to the Seahorse.
Absolutely.
What's happening there?
There is what is happening. Like you, if you have been to the island, you can actually see where Seahorse has been. We already have an SPS which is running on one of our Seahorses from the last 2 years.
So that was something amazing. I must interject you here. So a Seahorse is a platform. It's a 2-bedroom sort of private villa, which is a floating villa. The only one of its kind in Dubai. And when I was there the last time, I actually saw a smart police station fully operational on one of the Seahorses, which I think was just amazing.
That's right.
So how many Seahorses will you have in total?
133.
133 floating villas. It's a 2-bedroom, right?
That's right.
With 1 bedroom or both the bedrooms underwater?
Both the bedrooms.
Both the bedrooms are underwater.
Yeah.
You have a deck on on the surface, and
Yeah.
you have 1 deck above that as well.
That is right. And we also have a specific coral garden which will be as per the investor. So if he is looking at a specific kind of corals to be put on the coral garden, he can do that.
So those coral gardens, I think, are actually augmenting the sea life
Yes,
in Dubai. That's going to be an augmentation of sea life. That is going to be a very good initiative
Yes.
to have that whole coral reef built in a
Yes.
manner that's going to be amazing.
That is right.
Right.
And also, if I might say, we actually, breed these corals in-house. So we also have another hotel which is called as Portofino. It's still under construction, but we do have our operational coral garden there. So we are actually growing our own corals. And yes, so it's pretty much in-house. And if you ever have the time, I would love for you guys to actually go there and have a look.
The last time I was there in Portofino and I saw those things, they were actually, you're breeding, I think, small seahorses that I saw.
Yeah, that's right. Yes.
So that is going to be an attraction itself. Very few people, I think, have actually seen a seahorse in real life, and I have been fortunate enough to see that. The whole experience. Talk about the experience when your yacht or your boat or your speedboat lands on the jetty. Because what I was taken aback is the whole experience of when you step on that jetty. That whole experience is just mesmerizing, and that sets it apart. One of the features, not the only feature, but one of the features that actually sets it apart from anything else that you experience in Dubai. Anything closer, if I recall correctly, is going to be Maldives or something like that. If you have to travel, that's like 4 to 5 hours journey, and then you have airport shuttle, and then you have another shuttle to take you to an island. So there's a couple of shuttles there involved, and there's time involved, and then approximately there's significant amount of cost involved in that operation as well. Here, you are not only curtailing that, but I would say the experience, if I compare, is far superior. Absolutely. So tell us, what future plans do you have for this heart of Europe? It's not going to be just these off-plan and ready and properties for right now, the hotels that you're building right now, but what's going to happen in future which is going to actually enhance the value? Because we have talked about the ROI.
Absolutely.
We have talked about, okay, we invest X amount, and then in 12 years we are going to get that ROI back.
Absolutely.
Right? What about the capital gain? Because a lot of investors would like to understand that, awesome, we understand we are going to get 100% of the money back, but we are not just interested in that 100% because that rental augmentation is in Dubai as well. But at the time, after 5 years, 6 years, 10 years, when we sell that property, it's going to appreciate in value because of certain features and certain factors. What are the features and factors that you have in your project that are going to a certain extent, I would use the word that would guarantee, not actually guarantee, but to a certain extent guarantee that this project is going to have substantial amount of capital appreciation?
You did ask me a question in which you were talking about Palm Jumeirah.
Yes.
Right? And you asked me, where do we stand if we are comparing this project with Palm Jumeirah? Very rightfully said by my CEO, Ms. Sarah, that if we are investing in, the heart of Europe, at the moment, we are actually looking at 2010, where Palm Jumeirah was.
Okay.
That's the entry level that we are actually talking about when we are moving into the world islands today. Having said that, when you talk about the appreciation happens with the development of the land, of that area, right? So as we already know that there are 300 islands in the world islands. So when the world island as a whole will be appreciating, the property of the heart of Europe will automatically appreciate.
I understand, but let's talk about these 6 islands.
Yeah, I'm coming to that. So we already have multiple developers who have invested in multiple islands in the world islands. When we talk about the heart of Europe, we have to understand that only 20% of the heart of Europe is ready at the moment. We have 20 hotels in the Europe island.
Oh,
we
wow.
have multiple new projects coming up. We have Hotel Elizabeth, we have the floating Venice, we have Switzerland Island, we have Portofino, we have the Seahorses, we have the Sweden Palaces, we have the Germany Villas. There are multiple new projects that is coming up. We have Ibiza, we have the Snow Plaza, we have the Raining Street, we have multiple retail outlets that is coming up. Now, this is a vision that will probably be by the end of 2030 or 2035. We don't exactly know the timeline, but we're talking about 12 years here.
And right? we're seeing small little segments like the Raining Street.
Exactly.
We all, and then the retail outlets, and then the hotels.
Yeah.
So we see them coming up each and every day. There's an augmentation. There's something that's happening there. There's something that is going to bring people again back to this place.
Absolutely, yes. So I'm just trying to give you a vision that look at the island from the perspective when the entire island is operational, when the entire heart of Europe is operational. Look at your appreciation, where the appreciation will be going there. When you are talking about having 20% of the island being operational and you're sitting on an appreciation of at least 20% or 30% from within a year's time, having absolutely nothing operational other than one 5-star hotel, which is a lot for itself, if you really ask me. But when the entire 6 islands are operational, this is just going to be a different ball game altogether.
Oh, wow. I understand that this project is freehold.
That is right. This is a freehold.
This is a completely freehold project. That means when you buy something over there, you will get a title deed in your hand. So that is going to be the proof of ownership for this.
Yes, that's right.
In future, if you want to invest, what opportunities would you have? And I think if I safely say in a couple of years, this 2 million price point would not exist.
Absolutely not.
That's something that you have to actually go ahead and invest now, because moving forward, and as we see in Dubai as well, that 2 million price point for certain things is no more there. That price point is being pushed up and up and up. So we can safely assume that that's going to happen in the heart of Europe as well, right?
It's not just heart of Europe. It's actually the entire Dubai. Honestly speaking, that's where Dubai's vision and Dubai's mission comes in place. Once we are delivering one project at a time and the inventory goes down, the supply goes less and the demand goes higher, right? As soon as the demand goes higher, the prices will automatically go up. That's just basic economics. And I think the quicker our investors understand that, I think we have, a great pathway of where we stand in the future very, very soon.
So how would you categorize this project in terms of like, is this ideally suited for the first time buyers or for investors? Or how would you categorize that?
I think a seasoned investor would be looking at this project as a safe zone. And for a new investor, when they are coming in the market, I don't think there is a safer place to invest other than this, because look at it this way. 2 million dirhams we're talking about for a studio apartment.
That's a ticket size we're talking about as an entry level.
As a townhouse in the Dubai mainland, right? Now,
2 million for a townhouse? Those days have gone.
Okay.
Honestly speaking, those days have gone. And I think for credible developers, for A-grade developers, the townhouse starting point has moved to 2.5 million.
Right. So similar price points.
2 million price point. And that is too on an off-plan project, which is going to be delivered in 2028 or 27. Whereas your project, around 2 million price point, you can buy something now which the ROI will safely start from within a month. At 2.5 million, if I buy something, that will be delivered in 2028. So my ROI is going to start from 2028, not now.
Yeah.
We're 24. So 24, if you invest 2 million here, then you get the... So in 4 years, your ROI 8 into 16 into 32%. If you compare it to a townhouse right now, that townhouse by grade A developer has a price point starting from 2.5 million, right? That is going to be delivered by the end of 2027 or early 2028. That means you have 3.5 to 4 years gap from now to then, and 8.33% ROI in those 4 years in this particular project is going to have around 32% to 33% value back in my pocket.
Exactly.
So that is a substantial amount of investment back. How do you guarantee this ROI?
This ROI is guaranteed to all our clients on their sales and purchase agreement.
And that's being endorsed by the Dubai Land Department. So it's not something that you're giving just as a marketing gimmick. It's like going to be on the SPA, endorsed by Dubai Land Department.
Yes, that's right. And not just that, you just spoke about taking a dive in the heart of Europe. We do have 28 diving spots, just to mention that.
Yes.
So go out there, go all out. And, I do get a lot of clients out there who actually comes down and they really like the project. But then at the end of the day, they do, end up in a comparison with the properties in the mainland and the property in the heart of Europe. Similar price points. Having said that, what are you really getting in the heart of Europe is what you need to really concentrate on. If you're talking about, as you correctly said, in an off-plan property in the mainland, you're looking at least 2.5 years to 3 years time period of getting the property delivered, right?
At least 3 years.
Exactly. If you're even talking about a ready property, let's say a person goes and buys a property in the secondary market, right? You have to understand that there is a lot of cost that comes along with it. You have to give it to a property management. You have to buy furnitures. You have to get a rental. You have to make sure that your rental stays for the entire year for you to make that 100% ROI on your property. So after you really look at it, the gross that we are making probably is, let's say, 8%.
6 to 8%.
But then when you're talking about the net profit, it is not more than 6 to 7%.
6 to 7%.
Maximum, right? We are talking about 8.33% guaranteed net returns. We are not talking about a gross return. This is completely net. Service charges, every single amount is already included in the amount.
So 8.33 is my net returns. I'm not concerned about, number one, the maintenance cost.
Yes.
I'm not concerned about any maintenance work that is being done on my property. So that means if there's a furniture problem, I have to replace it, or if there are leakages or the air conditioning issues, as this property is being managed,
Yes.
it's completely taken care of.
Yes.
So who's going to manage this property?
Intercontinental, we have a tie-up with IHG. So that's where the 5-star quality of the hotel also
So that
comes
means
in.
it's going to be maintained by the most premium operator in
the
this
world.
part of the world.
Yes, that's right.
So tell me, what's the bigger picture here? If we talk about only these hotels and these things, but what is the bigger picture here? What are the future investment options for people in the heart of Europe specifically? I understand that the world islands, once they completely develop and flourish, that's going to be a game changer, not only for this country, but I think this region and the globe as well.
Yeah.
That's going to be the one and only type of project there.
Yeah, that's right.
But concentrating on the heart of Europe, if I have to go and tell my investor that come see this project, and not only this project, what's the bigger play here? What's the bigger picture?
You know, when you talk about the heart of Europe, it kind of caters to all nationalities. It kind of caters to all price points for our investors. We have investors who have invested 2 million. We have investors who has invested 7 million for the suites. We have price points of 25 million for the Seahorses. We also have price points of 30 million, 40 million for the German villas. We have for the Sweden palaces, right?
What's the price point of a Sweden palace?
It's 125 million.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And we have investments from royalties of Saudi who have liked the project so much that they have got 2 of the palaces, combined it and made it into a boutique hotel.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So there's a bigger play here, and we're going to see all those things taking shape in the near future. And one day, very soon, we would like to go there and see what's happening. I've seen that project actually taking shape.
Yeah.
I've seen that project actually now coming out of the cocoon and actually manifesting itself on the map in a manner that is not second to anything that I've seen.
Yes.
And every time I step on those shores, step in that sand, I am welcomed by something new that's happening there. And that is just simply amazing. So Anisha, thank you. I would like to thank you for coming on this podcast, sharing your beautiful project with us. I love that project, love the Seahorses, whether they are being now developed and taking shape, and the whole heart of Europe. You actually see that project taking shape and is one of the most sought after investment opportunities for anybody and everybody who has a knack of finesse and taste. Thank you.